Catch me if you can.
Hey, what is up guys? This is Mark Yoon, and today I'm bringing you another exciting video. So this video is going to be my regular Friday video, but as you guys are aware, if you've been checking my description box, I am away right now. So I have uploaded this video on Friday, but I've recorded it earlier. So I don't know if things are going to change based on that, but I am currently at Camden Comic-Con in New Jersey at the Rutgers Camden campus. So if you want to stop by and say hi, come to my table. There's a lot of great stuff there, and chat, whatever. And then I also have an event on Sunday where me and the rest of the team from the comic book squirt that I co-created, all of us are going to be at in Berlin at River City Comics doing a signing for the graphic novel. So with that being said, let's jump into today's video. So with all the talk about the rumors and the leaks surrounding Mortal Kombat 11, we covered it on my channel I think last week. There are a lot of people like talking about what characters are going to be returning or what have a possibility or chance of returning. I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a different video talking about the characters that I would like to see. So I guess we can go with like a 10. So we'll just I guess we'll turn this into a top 10 video. We'll do my top 10 characters that I would like to see return for Mortal Kombat 11. So let's just jump right into it.
Number 10.
Chameleon. I have a preference. I'd like this to be the female Chameleon. As if you guys don't know, Chameleon is supposed to be she's like one of the ninja, but she's a character that is the same race as I almost said Lizard Man. I've been talking about Soul Calibur too much. From Reptile. She's the same race as Reptile, and apparently there's some cool like dynamic where like when they're close to each other, they are in their human forms, and when they're too far away from each other, they're in their like their reptilian original forms. And the male Chameleon is like shrouded in mystery, and he's supposed to be behind the scenes like doing a bunch of stuff. But the female Chameleon has showed up in a couple games and been playable, and I think she would be a cool character. That's why she's a bit low on the list, but I want her in there because I think the dynamic between her and Reptile would really add a lot to the story, and it would give Reptile more cause for being part of the story because he hasn't really done that much since the reboot. So I would just like to see more dynamics between them, and it would be nice to have their race reunited or fight each other, because he chose to join Shang Tsung, and Chameleon wanted to destroy Shang Tsung for obliterating their people.
Number 9.
Cyrax. I really like the cyber enhanced ninja. I didn't really used to like them in the old generation, but since the reboot I really started to have a fondness for them. Basically because I've gotten to know their characters, and then watching them go through the transformation and come out like robotic and stuff, it just like it adds more to the dynamic of their character. And I know we had Triborg in the last game, I believe it was DLC, but I want to see Cyrax like be a separate character again and like do his own thing. And there's the only reasons for that is like Cyrax is the one I like the most. I believe he's the one that has the net, and he does the chest saw blade and the down saw blades, and that's like my favorite of the Borg styles to use, and it's my favorite of the cyborgs, the cybernetically enhanced, besides cybernetically enhanced Sub-Zero, because like he's awesome.
Number 8.
Smoke. Smoke is another cool ninja that I would love to see in the game. I really liked his design in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, where he was kind of see-through, like he was actually Smoke. He's got a lot of cool moves. He's good for ninjutsu because he could disappear. Like I'd like to see him have some moves where he like goes into someone's body and like explodes them or stuff like that. Because I remember in Armageddon, like he was going into people's bodies and like possessing them when they were on Cyrax's ship. I believe that's what it was, right? On Cyrax's ship when Taven's like trying to escape it in time, and I believe Noob, Saibot, and Smoke were kind of in there. So he is another character that I would definitely want to see return.
Number 7.
Noob Saibot. So Noob Saibot, of course he's the OG Sub-Zero, but I have a special request for him to be back in this game. I want him to come back, but I want him to come back as a good guy. Like, I want him to maybe harbor some kind of hatred for Raiden for not saving him or whatever. And, you know, trying to look after Bihan and just teaming up with the good guys to fight the Revenants and stuff like that. I love his moveset, I love his character design. I think he'd be really sick to be back in the game. I don't necessarily want to see Noob and Smoke be the same character again, but I would definitely want both of them in the game with their own specific movesets.
Number 6.
Tanya. Tanya is another cool female ninja chick who we don't really get to see much from. I believe she's a Denian. I don't think she's from Outworld, I think she's a Denian. But yeah, just to add more like kind of pizzazz to the cast and like throw some like new dynamics in there. I love the color scheme of her outfit. I like her weapon styles. Like, I think she's a cool character, and that's why she's on the list.
Number 5.
Jade. Same thing that I just said, but for Jade. But I actually like Jade more than Tanya. I like her staff. I like that she's like the protector of like Katana and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool elements that they can use in there, like with the relationship stuff now that Katana is a Revenant. Like, we can see Jade trying to bring her back, because I believe Jade was in Mortal Kombat 10 in like Katana's like story ending. I believe she was like trying to like reach out to her, so we could see more of a dynamic between those two characters, and that would be really cool. And I would just like to have a staff user in the game in general, so I think Jade is pretty high up on my list.
Number 4.
Fujin. The Fujin is like, he's a really cool character, and I think he should be back in the game. I wanted him in 10, but like, let's go for 11. I love his wind powers, his wind abilities. Like, he's like a friend to the gods, and like so maybe he can be trying to like bring Raiden back or have some kind of interaction with Raiden. I just think Fujin, his character design's awesome, his moveset's awesome, and I would really felt the hole in Mortal Kombat 10 without Fujin being there. And I still go back and play Armageddon a lot because of the fact that I can use him. So, with that being said, that's him.
Number 3.
Katara. Katara is the vampire chick, if you guys don't remember. She would add a really cool dynamic because she's got so many different kinds of moves that other characters don't have. Like her like quirks are like she spits blood, she like sucks blood from you, she uses like blood as like power and energy and health and stuff like that. She can make like blood tornadoes, she's like really cool. Plus her design is really awesome, and it'd be nice to have that kind of element back into the game, so she's definitely like high up on my list.
Number 2.
Shiva. Now, coming to my my number 2, Shiva has always been my favorite from that race. Like, I like her more than Kentaro, I like her more than Goro. I think she is badass, she's awesome. I love her character design. Like, she's just like so cool. Like, she's one of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat, and she's definitely someone that I want to see return because I want to play as her. Make her pre-order bonus, I don't care, like, I'll get it. And finally, in number 1 spot, we have a little bit of a controversial spot, Malina. So, I know Malina's dead. Like, I know, like, the leak said that nobody that died in Mortal Kombat 10 is going to come back to Mortal Kombat 11. I get that. But here's the thing. Malina has a possibility of returning, for me anyway, because she's a clone. Like, especially if, like, you're in Mortal Kombat 10 and you're in Shang Tsung's dungeon and you saw all of the test tubes with like all of the Malinas like lined up. Like, she's a clone of Katana with like Tarkatan DNA. So the chances are we're not going to get Baraka in this game, and Katana's a bad guy. So we're missing that hole in the game. So I would love to see Malina come back. Maybe she gets recloned by Quan Chi, and maybe this time, along with her size, since we're going to be feeling the hurt for Baraka not being there since Baraka died, I'd love her to have like more Tarkatan stuff. So maybe she can like, maybe the new Malina will like still have her fangs and stuff the same way she did, just maybe not as pronounced. and maybe have the actual Tarkatan blades this time. So like instead of like she can use her size as like special moves and stuff, but like rely a lot on her blades as well, or maybe that can be just her weapon style. So she definitely has a chance of coming back. I mean, like even though she did die, remember she is a clone. She was genetically engineered. She is just a clone of Katana and a Tarkatan from Baraka's DNA. So I think she has a good chance of coming back. I would love to see her come back, and she is my number 1. That's the whole list. If I was going to have any bonuses, like any people that I want to come back, like I want Onaga back, but he's probably going to come back because he was leaked to come back. I'd also like to see, I don't know, maybe Sector, maybe Su Hao. Serena would be really cool. Have some Black Dragon people. Anyway, so that's my list, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought. Who are your list of characters that you want to see come back to Mortal Kombat 11 and why? Let's talk about it. And as always, guys, stay powered up.